And one.
Okay, welcome to Torrey Planning Commission meeting for February 24th. We are in session. Please call the roll.
Mr. Cappers?
Yes.
Mayor?
Here.
Mr. Wolke?
Here.
Mr. Titterington?
Here.
Mr. McGarry? Mrs. Mahan?
Here.
Mr. Forrest?
Here.
Okay, we have before us the minutes that were submitted to everyone for our February 10th meeting. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions to those minutes?
Move the minutes be approved. Support. Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? They stand adopted. Okay, staff, have a report on the first matter to come before the commission, please.
Yes, we do. Thank you.
Fine. Rule violation.
That is a $1 fine on the Optimist meeting. I wanted to throw that out there for the record.
Yeah, for the Optimist Club.
The applicant, Jeffrey Tyler Fremont, is here with a request to install solar panels on the south side of his roof at 130 South Dorset Road. If you take a look at the picture, it will be on the garage, which is the south side. As driving down the street, it looks like it's visible just for a short period of time as you're passing in between the houses. It is about 511 square feet for the solar panel. We do refer, the reason it came before the Planning Commission is because of Section 1151.14 F2 of the zoning code. It requires any solar panels that are proposed to be seen, installed, and can be seen from the public right-of-way needs to get approval from the Planning Commission. That's why this application is here. It will go above the garage. The house actually faces to the east on Dorset Road. And as I said, the garage faces south, and the southern exposure is the prime placement for these solar panels. The applicant is here today. I did refer to the Chapter 13, the visioning session. It talks about alternative energy and efficiencies, and so that's what we have cited.
Tim, help me out here. I'm taking a look at these Google pictures.
Okay.
And with the red arrow, and the language. What? It's not over the garage. Yeah, I was going to say. You say it's over the garage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that's my fault. Yes, it's over the side of the house. I apologize.
So it's on the house property.
It is on the house. Yes.
Okay. Would the applicant like to say anything?
Yes, you guys have some questions.
Why don't you come on up and introduce yourself? Please use the microphone.
Jeffrey Fremont. I live at 130 South Dorset.
Okay. I've got a couple just questions. The
All right.
the color of the roofing right now, it appears to be black or dark gray. Is that true?
Yes.
And the color of the solar panels, once they're established, are going to be what
The
color?
cells are going to be similar color, dark black. The frames are aluminum. So you are going to have aluminum outlined solar panels.
Aluminum in color, non-painted aluminum?
Yep.
Does anyone else have any questions for the applicant?
I know I've been away from the planning commission for a long time, but is it customary for the applicant to poll the neighbors?
We suggested that the last applicant did. We understand that neighbors change. They could change at any minute. But we wanted to get a sense of where the neighbors felt, because they, unless they're looking for this, they wouldn't know the application existed.
No, I understand, but isn't it normally, wouldn't it be normal for the staff to do the polling of the neighbors rather than the applicant?
I think the point Larry's making is it's a little self-serving, have the applicant go ahead and get the...
That's true, yeah. I guess in the future, we can certainly do that.
Mr. Freeman, apparently there are no other questions for you. Thank you very much. So, do we give notice otherwise to the neighbors on these type of issues?
They do not receive notice.
Any other questions of staff?
Modern technology.
Well, the staff was conspicuously absent in providing a recommendation.
We did that. We did that with the last one we had off of North Dorset, and the reason for that is because there's no standards. Usually with historic district review, there's standards for the matching the architectural, having a color that's representative of the historic district. Here, it's just open. It says it has to receive planning commission approval because it's right away. It was kind of a judgment call, in our opinion. So we did leave that open for the planning commission.
All right. So while you can't hear the taps hitting the floor, you're certainly doing quite the dance. So what is the staff's opinion about it?
I would make the recommendation that it be approved. Once again, driving down, not on the roof side, on the garage side, on the house side, it's not as visible from the road until you get up close to it, and that's, once again, it's only visible as you're heading north. You don't see it coming from the south.
And if I understood the answer to Mr. Capper's question, the panels themselves are black, so they'll blend into the roof. The outline of the panels are aluminum, and that aluminum will be painted. So they'll be actually aluminum itself. So that'd be the only thing we would see.
That should be the only notice you will notice.
All right. How many panels will be on there? Will we see a grid of aluminum, or is it just one big panel, or 2 or 3, 4 panels? 2 rows of 13. Okay.
So, part of the thing I submitted would be, this is just a quick overview of what it looks like within the racking. So you're going to have, this design, but you're going to have 2 rows of 13 instead of what this shows. So you're going to see the outline because it is aluminum.
There's not an alternative that they could take those black, is there?
There's another company that makes them that it's designed differently, and they are black. I don't think I have a picture of that, but yeah, it's just
Would that be a
manufacturer's
consideration for you
differences.
to do? Would you
No.
look at that company?
I did. There's 2 different styles of solar panels. One of them's got mono cells and one's poly. So there are 2 different design panels. So the style that they have offer that are black is not something I'm interested
So
in.
basically, it's 2 different technologies, and
Yep.
you're opting for one versus the other.
Yes.
Now, I see that the house has a pretty low slope on the roof. And the reason that you want to have it on the south side is because of the attractiveness of the sun. But with the low pitch to the roof, I would think the west side of the garage portion of the house would also be acceptable, would it not?
West side of the garage portion.
The backyard.
Yeah, the back.
Not necessarily, because you're in the northern hemisphere. The way, if you watch the sun angle, it comes up. Trying to orient myself. So east, the way it comes up this way and arcs back, because of the northern hemisphere, you're going to get most sun exposure on the south side of the house. So if you were to put it on the back, you'd lose out till about noon. Where if you put it on the south side, you're gaining it at 7:30, 8 o'clock to same in the PM. So you're going to get the most sun hours on the south roof.
And that's kind of the same concept as satellite TV. Don't they try to put that on the south? No? Maybe.
It has to do with the orbit of the satellite.
Yeah, depending on other.
Right.
Well, Mr. Fremont, you understand that the purpose of the legislation is to go ahead and make sure that we don't permit properties to have a bunch of items on their house that look unattractive.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's why we asked you to go ahead and come forward. Thank you, sir. Any other questions of either staff or the applicant? Does the commission want to take any action on this matter?
Well, as I gather, there are no standards for us to judge this by, other than do we like it? Is that what it boils down to?
I mean,
Aesthetics.
yeah, aesthetics would be it, as the chair stated.
Okay, I guess, based on the standard, if my neighbor did this, would I like it? Yeah, I don't have a problem with it, so I guess I'll move we approve.
I'll second. There's a motion and second. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Mayor,
Yes.
Mr. Wolke,
Yes.
Mr. Titterington,
Yes.
Mrs. Mahan,
Yes.
Mr. Forrest,
Yes.
Mr. Cappers.
Yes.
You are approved.
Does the staff have anything else to do for the commission?
Just one comment. You'd asked about the comprehensive plan. The commission did at a meeting in January. We're 90% completed. We thought we'd start bringing chapters to the commission for review instead of all at once. And so at the next meeting, I thought I would hand out the new chapter for review for the following meeting.
That's
That
fine.
way it's not included in the packet, and then it gives ample time for review.
That's fine.
Good.
Is
If you
this-
could reduce the amount of paper and provide that as a separate email to the commission, that might be good.
We can do that.
Better.
When you review the the comprehensive plan, are you redlining it at all?
Yes,
So
we
it
have
changes?
any additions in red, and then we have strike-throughs when we're taking language out.
And these will be all recommendations by staff?
Correct.
Right? Okay. And staff is composed of yourself and...
Shannon Dwayne, we did partner with NVRPC for a lot of the graphs and the data that we receive from them, so it's kind of a partnership between
Gotcha.
between us.
Good, okay, thank you. Any questions of staff?
Sounds good.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We stand adjourned.